Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Evie May, and as you can see, this is Animal Crossing. I'm sure this game does not need explanation. It is from 2020, and I'm sure we've all been through 2020 and knew what happened back then. So anyways, this is my first video, so a big welcome to anyone watching, and thank you for clicking on my channel and my video. I do hope you enjoy. So as you can see, I've already started taking off running. But anyways, our starting fruit was oranges, and our airport color was orange. I was actually excited to get oranges. I haven't had oranges as a starting fruit. Typically it is peaches, or I just restart my game a lot to get peaches. However, the starting villagers I got, I really couldn't pass up on enough to change the island, even though I did go through a couple of resets before starting the game. So a little quick island tour before we began. So as you can see here, the first two islanders we got was Agnes, which I'm neutral on her, but she was one of the first villagers I've ever had. So I do like her. And I have really good memories with her from when I first started playing the game. So I'm not too mad about Agnes. However, we got Antonio. I've never had Antonio, and I'm sure I've seen him and stuff. However, like I said, I've never had Antonio, but I was really glad to see him, and I've actually grown quite fond of Antonio, as you will see later. So yeah, we're being introduced to the Nooklings, the island, which is great. So I've been playing Animal Crossing for a few years. I've been playing it since, goodness, probably like 2014, 2013. I think I was 13, so 2014. I started with New Leaf on the Nintendo 3DS, and I fell in love with the game. I've been playing it since then. I would like to... Oh, why are you bullying me, Nook? Oh, I forgot to grab a tent. Oops. I have played this game before. Despite how this video seems, I have played this game before. And I don't know why, but whenever I start the game, I always just feel like a complete, noob with it. It's just like I forget all my knowledge of the game just goes out my head. So you'll probably see that a lot where it just seems like I've never touched this game before. But I have been playing this since 2014. So we'll start with talking to Agnes first. I like her. I think she's really cute. She's really sweet. She's not an islander I would go out search for. If I had to use my Nook miles, I probably wouldn't go for Agnes. But out of all the starting villagers and the ones I've had previous to this, which I can't remember what their names are now, but I will say Agnes was a really good choice and why I did not bother to reset. So we're just looking for houses now, and I will say the starting island, the land available to us currently, I did find a little bit limiting with putting stuff places, especially for the villagers' houses. Wherever it seemed to go, it didn't really seem like a great option. However, I am working with what I got, because unfortunately I can't do much. So we have Agnes's tent. It's a little bit left to the starting residential zone, I think it's called. Residential plot? The plaza? We'll go with plaza. I think it's the plaza. So another thing I like to do is putting the islanders all together, and that is what I did. However, I don't think I'm going to put anyone else on this island. I do think this part of the island is very small, so once we get access to the other parts of the island, I will expand on moving the villagers somewhere more landy. We'll just go with more landy, but with more land, and go from there. Like I said, I do think this part of it is very small, and you can't really work with it like I have in previous, my last island before I reset it. It had a lot of room on the starting plot, so I put all my islanders there. I made a living zone on the main first island. First island? I don't know. First island, we'll go with first island. So we'll put them there. I'm probably going to relocate them once we get the option to, and I have that side amount of bells where I have spending money and spending room, because unfortunately the first part of the game you are spending so much bells that I can't really just go and spend them on relocating everyone. So we're back in the plot now, and it seems to be a time skip. So Nook is just giving us some advice. I won't make this negative video. I will not complain about Tom Nook too much. Sorry if I do. That's for later on. Today we stay positive. But I will say I do love the Nooklings. I think they're really cute. I do like at the start of the game that I can't remember if it's Timmy or Tommy. I'm sorry. one of the Nooklings do stay around on the island. I do wish that stayed later in the game as well. Nook's getting mad at me again. I'm trying to stay positive. Let's stay positive. Nook sucks. That's as negative as I will try to be this time. So we just gotta collect some branches for him. And just stuff like he probably should have had set up already, but again. So we'll just enjoy a quick stick grabbing montage. And just see, like, I do think it's a nice island to start with. So we got the branches for Nook, even though he should have had them for us. I don't know why he's making us do the work. He chose to start a deserted island. So yeah, enjoy those branches, Nook. I just love Antonio, he's so cute. I will say, that's probably one of the cutest villagers I've had to start with was Antonio. Very big fan. They look like oranges. Why don't you have those ready for us already? I mean, it's a start to the game, what can I say? So, we have another montage. I'm sorry for that, but there is more exciting things to do than watch me collect oranges. Or sticks, for that matter. So we'll just give that to him. I think Agnes is playing with the wood in the back. You go, queen. And now, this here, I wish there was more moments like this where maybe like Saturday, well I guess like later in the game, Saturday is like dedicated to KK Slider, but I do wish we had these little bonfire moments. I think it's a really cute, wholesome, warm feeling. And I think that was one of my favorite moments from when we first started with the game, especially like when I first played it. I know now this is going to happen, but when I first played it, I think it's such a cute moment. And I wish you could have more of these moments where all the villagers are like gathered around and I have low battery. That's why you should charge things before you record. Oops. But yeah, so now we're gonna like talk about it. I always go for, and I know I spelled it wrong. I realized later when editing that I spelled this wrong. It was supposed to be Eterna, like Eterna City, from Pokemon Pearl and Diamond. And I always name it Eterna, and I can't believe the one time when I'm actually doing something with it, I called it Eternia, so... Ah! Oh my god, it's so nice. And mind you, I think I got that far in like the previous recording before I'm like, you know what, I don't like the villagers enough to continue with this, or... I can't remember if it's the villagers, the fruit, and I just did like the layout after seeing it, so I restarted the recording. And I had spelled it right there, I'm almost certain of it. But I feel like the last few times I have spelled it Eternia for some reason, even though it's Eterna, and I'm so mad at myself for it. But anyways, it's no Eternia. I am mad about that. But I do usually go for like Pokemon themes when it comes to that. I love the cities in Pokemon, and I'm looking really forward to when Pokemon ZA, I think it is called, comes out. I'm definitely making videos on that. I don't know how to feel about it. I haven't actually watched too much about Pokemon ZA. However, I am really excited because I think I'm going to record it. I think just doing that, and hopefully some people like enjoy that journey so we can all play it together and discuss the game and go from there. So I'm looking really forward to when that game comes out, and I definitely will post content about it, so stay tuned if you're interested. We can have a journey together. And this here is when I mentioned that Antonio and my like fascination. I did cut out a lot of recording of me just staring at Antonio playing the tambourine because it was just so cute. But I love this little anteater. He's adorable. He's so wholesome, and I'm really grateful for Agnes too. I think out of all the ones I could have got, Agnes was again a good starter. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, you're gonna bully me now to go to bed. I just want to party. Like, shake ass, Nook. Shake ass. So anyways, he's bullying us now to go back to bed. Sweet dreams. That sounds so ominous. Like, he's just gonna appear in my night. Like, sweet dreams, Evie. No! I'm just gonna have nightmares of Nook. But yeah, like, again, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room to work with. And apparently I'm going for like a little, I'm going back to Antonio again. Oh my goodness. I love this anteater. But like, and I'm also trying to see if there's shooting stars. I don't know in the first few days if you even get shooting stars. And I'm talking, oh, what's he saying, buddy? Honk. Honestly, I don't even want to play the rest of the game. I just want to watch him play his tambourine. So for the night, we are just living in like a cute little tent, which is fun. Camping's fun. I don't like tents, though, in real life. I just want to get heated and It's just very uncomfortable. So for now, we're just going to decorate our little tent. We don't have much to work with, but I like it. It's cozy. It's cute. I would have went for a different color tent, though. I don't know why you gave me yellow. Let's see. And we got our little bed, which, again, is cute. Unlike our outfit, but it's okay. Our tent matches the outfit. And I do wish they had cuter options for, like, outfits or, like, hair. I do miss, like, a New Leaf when you got, like, the random character. I did like the interview. Even though at the time when I first started New Leaf, I was like, man, I hate my character. Because I think it was the hair I just didn't like. But I always go for the eyes of my New Leaf character. And in the nighttime, we do have a Drew of KK slider. And because I'm an Antonio nerd, I am Antonio. Because that would be a sweet dream, seeing Antonio. So we do get waken up by Tom Nook. Yeah, it's the great way to start your day. Nook. Again, I'm trying to stay positive. We won't shit talk Nook too much. But anyways, he rambles on, so instead of like listening to him ramble, I decided to animate some bugs for everyone to enjoy instead of looking at Nook. I personally think the bugs are a much better choice, and we should just replace Nook with bugs. But like cute bugs, not weird tarantulas or spiders. I hate spiders, and I'm sure in the future when I have to catch a tarantula, I will cry. A lot of crying. Maybe scream. So anyways, enjoy these cute bugs. But anyways, he just goes over, like, us paying rent and all that, even though there is no, like, I don't know if there's a government on this island, but still, we have to pay. But shucks. Shucks. Oh my god, just a rage in there. Okay, so just one last tour before we go of the island to see what the little villages are at before the day. Our first big day on the island starts soon. I'm excited. So again, thank you for watching me so far, and I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope you continue to watch and enjoy the rest of the journey as we explore Animal Crossing and see what I do with this, because I don't do too much usually with my islands, but I want to challenge myself to create like a really fun island, because there's a lot of YouTubers who do amazing things with their islands, and I want to do that too. So anyways, thank you again. Please subscribe, leave a like, comment,